ReefDudes is sponsored by Ecotech Marine and Bulk Reef Supply. Today we're checking out the all-new AI Access Pump. What's going on, guys? Devin from ReefDudes. So AI just released the Access Pump. So super cool new pump on the market. And the thing that makes this one kind of unique is its form factor. So this guy can fit in a lot of unique places where other pumps can't. Now, coupled with the fact that you can use it with AI and Mobius, I think it's going to be a really cool pump. Now, inside the box, we have our controller. Controller similar to what you'd find on the Neros. We have our power supply and the different plugs for different regions. And this guy is 24 volts, 1 amps. And the Access pump itself. A bunch of little feet, sticky accessories, a couple different nozzles, and of course the quick start guide. Now, most return pumps have a horizontal orientation like this with the spout at the top, so you need a lot more space for it. The cool thing about this is it's a vertical pump like this, so it takes up very little space. So it's a really cool solution for alls and ones and just tight spots in your tank. Now this one is the 40, which is the mid-size one, and does roughly 400 gallons per hour. Now the goodie bag does come with some little wire management, some Velcro for the controller, as well as we got these little silicone nubby feet that pop into the bottom of the pump. And once you get the little feet installed, they add some noise isolation. The little silicone's going to absorb any vibrations and make the pump even quieter. Now this is quiet. This is a DC pump, which is a huge upgrade over a lot of the AC pumps out there. And a lot of the reasons people would upgrade to these is one, because you want something silent, you want something super quiet, and you want something to fit in a tight space. Now this is the mid-size one, and honestly this will probably fit in most all-in-ones. But what if you have a smaller tank? Well, that's where the 20 comes in. So a little look side by side, we got the 20 sitting beside the 40. You can kind of see the difference. And what if you have a bigger application? Well, that's where the 90 comes in. We got the 20, 40, and 90. So you got a different size for almost every application. We got the 20 coming in at, roughly 180, 200 gallons per hour. We got the 40 roughly around 400 gallons per hour. And we got the 90 roughly around 900 gallons per hour. So depending on your application. Biggest thing in my mind, obviously, I think nano tanks and all-in-ones, this is going to be like the go-to pump for that. Same thing, the mid-size one for your kind of mid-size all-in-ones. And the big guy, again, you could use this as a return pump. 900 gallons per hour is a pretty decent amount. Feeding stuff like UV sterilizer, algae turf scrubber is really prime situations, especially because they're DC and controllable. You can go 1% increments and really fine tune your flow. So for a lot of those applications, it does make a lot of sense. So one of the biggest questions I'm sure you're going to get is, will this pump fit in X tank? Will it fit in this all-in-one? So just kind of a quick overview of the different sizes. So this is the 20. This is the smallest one, and the one I'm going to throw in the Nano on my desk. And it comes in right around 54 millimeters. So very, very tiny. Next up, we got the 40, and this guy is approximately, we're gonna go with about 61, 62 millimeters. So again, also very, very tiny. I think either one of those will fit in the majority of all-in-ones. And we got the big boy, the 900 gallon per one, comes in roughly 73, 74 bills. So you are going to be able to fit these in a lot of tight spaces, and that's where these things shine. The other really cool aspect, because I have been testing these out for a little while, and they do work obviously with my AI, they work with Mobius, and if you have the MXM module, you can again control them through the Apex, which is really cool. So now let's get to the fun part and get one installed on the tank. Now for a quick game of will it fit? So this is the back of my 14 gallon Nano. The 20 obviously fits tons and tons of room in there. Look at that, tons of room to spare. So the 20 is definitely gonna fit a lot of super tiny little tanks. Next up, we have the 40. So coming in at roughly 400 gallons per gallon, tons of flow in the Nano. That definitely fits as well. Now I'm curious, I gotta see if the 90 would fit. Holy smokes, it actually would fit in there. I can fit a 900 gallon per hour pump in the back of a Nano. That is insane. This is probably overkill. I think I'm gonna try the 40. But the cool thing here is I could probably take out my power head. That's a lot of flow, and not having a power head in a Nano could be a really cool solution for a lot of people. Less clutter, less stuff in there, but yeah. So super duper cool. So let's go with the 40. We'll put it in and give it a test. All right, so I wired up the pump to my little return, and we can slip it in the back. And on, I'm going to add it to the new Nano tank. Set it complete. And I'll skip the code for now. So in here we got constant speed, So default, let's start it low for now until I see what it actually does to the tank. And done. So we got our axis at 25% right now. Once I calibrate it, and let's do this later. And definitely, you know, got some not bad return flow. Super quiet, cannot even hear the pump, so that's a huge plus. Now let's try turn it to 50%. And let's see what 100% is. Definitely a good chunk of flow for now. There's a lot of surface ripple. So I'm going to redirect this down a bit. And you can see how high the water level is now. It's definitely pushing it for the overflow in the tank. It can handle it, but it's definitely up there. So that is a consideration if you are going to go for a bigger pump like the 40. Make sure your overflow can handle it. This one has fairly wide teeth, so I think I'm pretty safe on this one. And putting my head by the tank, I don't hear any pump noise at all. Just a teeny trickle of water, so super duper quiet, so that's always a big plus. So there you guys have it, the first look at the Axis pump by AI. Super duper cool little pumps. I really think these things are gonna shine in all-in-one tanks because it's just such a compact little pump with tons of controllable flow and super silent, which is always a big winner for me. Now the other things that pops to mind, obviously LG turret scrubbers or UV sterilizers where you got to really dial in the flow with it. Those 1% increments in a super tiny, compact, silent form factor is a big win. So yeah, really cool little pumps. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this first looks at them. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you got any questions at all, let me know in the comments below. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and I'll catch you guys on the next video.